Alright, hey guys. I got an idea for a time trial, and I think it'd be really fun. I think it could potentially be really competitive if people actually find it interesting, um, rather than just posting memes to the BeamNG subreddit. Maybe do a time trial. Um, that's a joke. Anyway, so it involves using the Deals Gap map, which is a mod. Every other part of this time trial is going to be using vanilla cars, or at least I would prefer using vanilla cars and vanilla parts, but it's going to be on the Tail of the Dragon modded map right here. It's an amazing map if you like setting up cars and building cars that are light and balanced and very agile. This map is probably the best map that I think you can get for BeamNG, at least that are free. I can't really see how a paid map would be much better, to be honest with you. It it, uh, it it's a little more taxing on your PC than maybe a vanilla map from BeamNG might be, but not much more. I have had no issues with this map. Um, so you're just going to start on the default. You're going to spawn into the the little rest stop area here, right here at the gas station. We're not going to be using the D series, obviously. So I'm going to go back into my little Covet build, which weighs around 2,100 pounds. Is completely stripped out except all the stuff you need. So just race seat, no interior. Um, so the name of the game is lightness, 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 and tire, basically. Lightness and tire, and then as much horsepower as you can get away with without destroying the traction and balance of your car. So um, for this, since it's just front wheel drive, that's about 250 horsepower. For other cars like the SBR4, where you can put the rally style all wheel drive system, that could be up to 1,000 plus horsepower, and you'd still have traction. So obviously, this little Covet is not going to be as fast around this track as an SBR4 is, but that's not what this demonstration is about. But if you want to use one in the time trial, go ahead and use it. I've used one, and I'll show you my time in a little bit. So here's where the start of the track is going to be. This is going to be about 1.5 miles. I figure it'd be best to keep it nice and short so that it's easy to restart and you're not, wasting a bunch of time on restarts, and you're going through like a 10-mile track and then you mess up at the 9th mile and you have to restart. It's very frustrating. So not with this. So I'll go ahead and show you. You start right here, line up with the Deals Gap Motorcycle Resort sign, and let's go. So this track is going to be a good mix of tight corners, medium corners, and a couple of pretty hair-raising high-speed spots, all in just about 1.5 miles. That wasn't a good corner. But as you can see, you can cut the track pretty good on most corners. And this track requires a lot of good braking balance. You're almost always going to be braking while cornering in this track, just because there's not much space to really not do that. As you can see, I severely overshot that. And then make sure you get as much corner speed everywhere as you can. Here comes the high-speed section. And then after that is going to be easily the hardest braking section of this little time trial section here. Right here. And that was pretty well done. So you really got to kind of wedge yourself in right there and then be able to continue into the corner on the inside and then be able to transition into that much shorter or sharper, I should say, left-hander. And if you overshoot either one of those by a little bit, you're going into the trees. So it's very high speed. And then right here is the end of the track. And as you can see, it's right about in the middle here where this hump is on the left side of the road. It's like a little scenic viewing spot. And then as you see, the front bumper of my Covet is lined up roughly with that tree right there. That's the finish line. So that's the whole track. I think I really enjoy running this section on any car. Like I've built probably 7 or 8 cars like this, that are, like I said, light. Um, as much tire as I can run, as much horsepower as I can run, front wheel drive, rear wheel drive, all wheel drive, whatever. And this track is great for all of them. So I think it'd be a fun time trial challenge. I'll show you my times for some of these. So for the Covet right here, best I got was a 120.45. Ibishu BX, the 118. Up here, the Hirochi SBR4 Hill Climb. That thing's a monster. I don't really know if that car is beatable if you build it right. 108.15. Um, the Charrier FCV surprisingly is like incredibly strong. That might even be on par with the SBR4 if I put just some more horsepower into it. The Bolide and Scintilla, they're fast, but they're real hard to control, especially the Scintilla. It's got an incredibly touchy throttle. It's really hard to control. So yeah, it's a very fun little time trial challenge. If you guys are interested, we'll start a thread and see who can go the fastest. I think that'd be fun. See ya.